What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So today I'm going to be going over a couple of my latest surveys. I like putting these out because whenever I think of something in our warehouse, I am very curious as what is it like in other warehouses as well. So I really appreciate everybody that participates in the surveys. If you are a subscriber to my channel, then you will be able to participate in those surveys. So do all this crap and let's get to the first survey. All right, so the first one, is your warehouse struggling to keep employees? And over 80% said yes. 55% said it's bad, and they said yes, but not too bad. 31%. Guys, 170 votes, but as far as I'm concerned, we don't have a lot of people over in Discord or probably on my channel that work at the same exact warehouse. So as far as I'm concerned, this is like 170 different warehouses across the world. And if this is happening across the world, it just tells me what's the future of warehousing. If we cannot get people to get the cases out the door, then is automation going to kick in the full blast? So if this is happening in more places than just my warehouse, because I really think I called 2 years ago that something major is going to happen to our warehouse and within the next 10 years. And I still say something's going to happen. Something has got to give. I'm in a union. We have a lot of people that are going to be retiring in the near future, and we have people that unfortunately get fired and very unfortunate that pass away. So when we start losing all these numbers, but we're not retaining anybody, we're retaining very little people that come in the door to stay more than a year or more than 6 months. So if we can't retain employees and we keep losing the senior employees to retirement or what have you, or quitting, I just don't know. I don't know what the future of our company is. I really don't, because I think our warehouse is going to be in a very bad situation and then probably the next 5 or so years. So I appreciate everybody who answered this. It's really, it's making me think, what is selection warehousing going to be in the future? All right, my next one is right here. What is your goals for 2023? And I'll tell you what, I love the fact that 42% said be a better person, because I'll tell you why. This is something that I have been doing for many, many years now. And when you are a better person to other people and to yourself, life is just so much easier. So paying debt's going to be a lot easier. Losing weight's going to be a lot easier. Doing everything else becomes a lot easier when you are a better person. And with that being said, guys, I said my latest video talking about health and fitness. Health and fitness, is that a good idea? And I am so thankful 94% of you said yes, because guys, we're very active people in the warehouse, and I think having your health and fitness is very crucial. So I added that chat room over on Discord, and I am doing Insanity right now. And guys, when you're dedicating to something like Insanity, which is like 8 weeks long, 9 weeks long, you're not cheating the rest of the day. Now, I still have my beers on my weekend, but during the week, or even on my weekends, I am eating as healthy as possible. I'm eating salads, no energy drinks anymore, no pop. I am just constantly reminding myself that I have to do very well away from the workout as well. And I have lost 12.5 pounds in 3 weeks. I'm feeling really good about myself, and I can't wait to see where I'm at the end of this. So thank you guys for answering the survey. All right, the next one I'm going to talk about is how much do you pay a month in healthcare? And honestly, any of these questions or any of these answers is not bad, because there's people that pay thousands a month in the healthcare. So the fact that we're, unless you're over 300, is like pushing way up there. But the fact that a lot of the people, majority answered about $200 or $100 is really good. We pay roughly around like $70, $60 around there. So our healthcare, we have 100% healthcare, no deductibles. I don't know what your guys' deductibles are, but that is one thing that keeps the employees at our job is healthcare. If it was not for our healthcare, man, would they be hurting? They would be hurting to keep employees at my job if it wasn't for the healthcare. All right, this one here. How early do you show up to work? We had around 30 minutes, 45%. 15% said an hour, and a few minutes. Running late every day is 40%. Doesn't surprise me. Me personally, I show up around an hour early. I always go by that motto or that saying that it's better to be an hour early than a minute late. And that is what I do, guys. I have a far drive to my work, And I like to make sure that I give myself enough time in case I hit an accident or something on the way and I'm getting caught up in traffic. So I always show up to work probably around 45 minutes to an hour early. So even 30 minutes early is good. Guys, if you're 40% out of 217 people, so that's like pushing 85 people, said a few minutes are running late every day. Wake up earlier. That's all I got to say to that. Wake up a little bit earlier and give yourself that time so you're not stressing about showing up to work early, because what happens when you're running late, you start putting other people in jeopardy on the road and yourself, because you're driving like an idiot trying to get to work on time. So, and if you take a bus, guys, take the earlier bus. If your bus shows up 15 minutes before you start your job, take the one that's an hour early and sit there for an hour. I don't know what to tell you guys, but just being responsible enough to get yourself to work in a decent amount of time, it lies on one person and one person only. So I appreciate everyone who answered that survey. All right, this one here. I was actually shocked by this. Are you in a union? 203 people voted, and only 27% said yes. 58% said no. 4% I am and I wish I wasn't, and 10% said they wish they were. Yeah, guys, I just thought there was more active unions out there. Now, unions are nothing what they were in the past. I have put out a pro and con video on being in a union. I'll leave that in the description below. If you guys have not seen that, you guys could watch that video. But there's definitely pros and cons to being in a union. And I have said many, many times again, for whatever reason, if I were to lose my job at my union job, I would go to a non-union job in a heartbeat, because I'll be damned if I'm going to start over at the bottom again and be a selector nonstop for the rest of my career. I want to go to a non-union shop where I can put my skills to work and actually move up that way instead of moving up by a number. So, but I definitely would watch the pros and cons of being in a union if you were considering it. All right, so this survey here was just something that happens. It is definitely something at my warehouse. And it's for everyone's warehouse that has a lot of overtime. When you look out in the parking lot, are you seeing cars that people that can't afford? 59% out of 158 votes said yes, it's ridiculous, and 10% said yes, I'm one of them. And I'm actually kind of, a couple of people answered honestly, and 30% said no. But out of the 30% that answered no, I guarantee there's cars out in that parking lot that are that people can't afford. Because when I say can't afford, if you're making $40,000 a year and you're buying a $40,000 car, you can't afford it. If you're working even $30,000 car, you can't afford it. All right, if 80-90% of your salary for the year is going on a car, that is a car you cannot afford. So I guarantee even out of the 30% that said no, probably it's like 5% that it should be no. I don't think people get the idea of what we can and cannot afford. People see a $20,000 car and think they can afford it. Well, if you're only making $25,000 a year, you should not be able to afford that car. And that's how I look at it. So I think this is something that we get caught up in. There is retirees or people that should be retiring at my work that cannot retire because they have way too much payments. And that just proves my point right there. So that's why I put this out, and it's proving my point whenever I talk about this crap. All right, and my last one I want to go over is at my warehouse. I always say that you are a number. It doesn't matter how good of a worker you are. They could care less. You're just a number at the job. Is this how you feel? And this was my latest survey, and I put this out 19 hours ago from the time that I'm filming the video, and 82% said yes. And honestly, I was talking with somebody privately on Discord, and I said to that person, you know what, this would be a good survey question. And I actually thought the number was going to be higher, but I knew that I was right. This person said they get treated really well at their warehouse, and they are not. They said that we are not just a number, and I'm like, yes, we are. At my warehouse, you are just a number. They will fire you whether you have 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, 9 years, and without blinking an eye, and they will move on to the next person. They don't care. We are a number. We could be replaced by another person, and although times are even tighter, times are tough now, I should say, because of the first poll question I said, that we are having trouble getting people to retain the job. You think they would appreciate us more, but they don't. They do not appreciate us at my work at all. I don't care what anyone says at that job. They do not appreciate us. You can go above and beyond every single day at my job, and one little thing you do wrong, whether it's coming back from break 2 minutes later, whatever, they will crack you. They will get all over you. But who cares about all the crap that I just did for you guys in the last so many years? My company has screwed me a couple times. I'm not going to get into it now, but I'm telling you right now, I am a number, and that is it. They can care less if I get fired or quit tomorrow. They can care less. If I go in tomorrow and tell them I'm going to quit, bye. That would be their response. Okay, it was nice working with you, bye. After 25 years, they're going to be like, bye. And that's why I put the survey out. I knew it was going to be this big, and I'm sure I'm going to get more votes on it by the time this video airs. So that's it, guys. I appreciate it when you see my surveys. If you will participate in them, I really appreciate it. That's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful day.